Hi, welcome back to my channel. Don't know what that was. That was a lot of excitement. I don't know why. Anyway, today we're gonna be making mac and cheese. I figured I'd skip the Sprouts part because y'all already know I shop at Sprouts and I've already gotten my ingredients and everything is in there. This video is actually a little bit extra special because it's a collaboration with one of my friends. My friend Gabby has a YouTube channel here on YouTube, of course, and she has this segment that she likes to call Cooking with Gabby. So we're actually going to be making mac and cheese. I'll make my version and she'll make her version. I'm gonna tag her, or rather link her video, in the description box below. So make sure to watch them both, try them both, see what you like, eat them all, because really you can't really go wrong with two recipes for mac and cheese. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. So let's get into it. So here's what you're gonna need: some butter, Parmesan cheese, cheddar cheese, boursin, milk, I used oat milk, shells, Gouda, garlic, and flour. I will list the ingredients in the description box below. Started off by grating my cheese, my cheddar cheese. This is the first time I used this attachment. It was a gift from my husband. I think he got it just because he likes eating the cheese while I grate it. And this would be an easier way for him to do it, as you see right there. So how do I feel about this product? I think it's okay. It's kind of gimmicky. If you have a food processor with a grating attachment, I found that way faster. So I, in the future, will be using my food processor attachment rather than the KitchenAid one. I found like the cheese would get stuck and it just wasn't as smooth as I expected it to be. So yeah, that's my product review of the day. In a pot, we're gonna add some butter. I would say this is about a stick if you were using regular stick butter. Melt it down, and once it's completely melted, we're gonna add some minced garlic, about a teaspoon of that. Now we don't wanna burn our butter, but we also don't wanna burn our garlic. What we're making here is a roux, so I added 2 tablespoons of flour, mix it in until there's no lumps, and cook it for about 2 to 3 minutes so that we don't get a floury taste. Once that's thickened up a little bit, we're gonna add some milk. I used oat milk because that's what we use in the house. If you have regular milk or almond or whatever it is, you can use that, but just make sure it's unsweetened and not the vanilla kind. When you add milk to the roux, the milk will start to thicken up, so just make sure you're consistently stirring it, because if you don't, you're going to get flour lumps in the bottom and no one wants a lumpy mac and cheese sauce. I don't know if you can see right there, but it started to thicken up quite significantly from when I first put it in. Time to season. A little bit of black pepper. You can use white if you like it, but I actually don't mind the black specks. Paprika, it'll give it a nice color. I went ahead and finished my oat milk there because the sauce started to really thicken up and I didn't want it to be too thick, because here you see me adding cheeses, and when I add cheeses it's gonna thicken up even more. That was the boursin cheese. I used about half of the block of it. Now to start putting my shredded cheeses. Make sure you're putting a little bit at a time. So just put like a handful, mix it in until it's completely melted, and then keep that process going until it's all completed. Now the reason I do it in stages is because if you put like all the cheese at once, it's gonna get very lumpy and settle to the bottom. We want to make a cheese sauce, not just like a white sauce with pieces of cheese to the bottom. So if you ever find that your cheese is clumping up, maybe reduce the amount that you put at one time. I also divided my cheeses up based on kind, because not all the cheeses would melt at the same rate. For instance, my cheddar would melt into the sauce way faster than my Parmesan, so I made sure to divide them in my bowls so that I'm putting them in one cheese at a time. Now at this point, I tasted for seasoning. Notice that I hadn't put any salt in it prior because most of the cheeses that I was using were salty. Always pour your cheese sauce into your pasta and not your pasta into your cheese sauce, because you don't want to have a situation where you have more sauce than you do noodles. And I just cooked the shells according to the package directions, by the way. Pour in as much cheese sauce to your desired consistency. And yeah, that was the mac and cheese. I hope you guys liked it. Bye!